Preserving apples according to restaurant standards, do you know? Hello, nice to see you again on the Clever Tricks channel. Apples are a fruit, but knowing how to preserve them will give you magical results like this. Normally, how do you preserve fruit? Is it simply putting them in the refrigerator or more complicated than wrapping them in a plastic bag? I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. After a while in the refrigerator, you will realize that the apples have lost water and dried out, and their sweetness has significantly decreased. All of these are not the optimal methods to keep apples fresh and delicious. To preserve fresh apples like they were just picked for many weeks, restaurants have a great tip as follows. Method 1. Store apples in the refrigerator. First, choose good quality apples before storing. Choose apples that are not bruised, scratched, or have bruises. A spoiled apple can quickly affect other apples. Do not wash apples before putting them in the refrigerator. Washing will increase humidity and cause mold and rot. Only wash apples right before eating. Wrap apples properly. Wrap each apple in clean newspaper, paper towels, or paper bags to limit contact and collision. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. You can also put apples in perforated plastic bags or zip bags with a few small holes to let air out and avoid stuffiness. Place in the refrigerator. A refrigerator with a temperature of 0 to 24 degrees is ideal for keeping apples fresh for a long time. Do not place apples next to bananas, tomatoes, etc. Here you see, if you do not want them to ripen too quickly. Check periodically to remove any bruised, rotten, or soft fruit. If left together, spoiled fruit will cause the remaining fruit to spoil quickly. With this method of preservation, apples can stay fresh for 4 to 6 weeks or longer depending on the type. Method 2. Store apples in a bamboo basket. Use a bamboo basket that is loosely woven or has gaps to help with good air circulation, avoiding moisture buildup that can damage the apples. Use newspaper, paper towels, or a clean cotton cloth to line the bottom to absorb moisture and avoid direct contact between the apples and the basket. Arrange each layer of apples gently, avoiding stacking them too high, causing the fruit underneath to be crushed and easily crushed. You can line paper or a thin towel between the layers of apples to reduce impact. Place the basket in a cool, dry place. The ideal place is a cool corner of the kitchen, away from sunlight, not near the stove or a humid area. With this method, if the environment is cool and clean enough, the apples can stay fresh for 1 to 2 weeks without refrigeration. Method 3. Store apples in a box properly. Use a plastic or glass box with a lid, just enough to stack the apples in 1-2 layers, avoiding overlapping. If storing for a long time, choose a box with ventilation holes or punch a few small holes in the lid to prevent moisture accumulation. Do not wash apples before putting them in the box. Washing apples increases humidity, making them moldy faster. Only wash before eating. Use paper towels, or clean newspaper to line the bottom to absorb moisture and limit direct contact between the apples and the box. Wrap each apple in paper towels or thin paper towels to help limit collisions and prevent spread when a fruit is spoiled. Arrange apples in this box set. Arrange gently and do not stack too high. Avoid stacking apples in too many layers. It is best to only stack 1 layer or a maximum of 2 layers. Each layer can be separated by a thin layer of paper. Place the box of apples in the refrigerator, away from foods with strong odors. Storing apples in a box is a convenient, neat way to help apples stay fresh longer, from 2 to 4 weeks if applied correctly. Method 4. Preserve apples with dried tea leaves. Choose apples that are intact, not scratched or soft. Next, place the apples in a piece of plastic wrap. Take a small spoonful of dried tea leaves, place them close to the bottom of the apple, or spread them around the body. Then use plastic wrap to wrap the apple tightly. Wrap it firmly but not too tightly. Place the wrapped apples in a plastic box or wicker tray. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Then put them in the refrigerator. After 5 to 7 days, you can remove the wrap and check. If the tea leaves are damp, replace them with new leaves. If the apples are still fresh and dry, they can be stored for a few more weeks. When eating, just take them out. The apples are still fresh and delicious, keeping their crispness and flavor. This method helps extend the storage time from 2 to 4 weeks, depending on environmental conditions. Method 5. Preserving apples in a mesh bag. Choose fresh, unbruised apples. Prioritize apples that are still firm, have bright skin, are not scratched, and have no bruises. Prepare a mesh bag. Gently arrange the apples in the mesh bag. Do not stuff too many fruits in one bag. You can divide them into many small bags for easy control and inspection later. Hang the apple bag in a well-ventilated place. Use a hook to hang the apple bag high, helping to limit contact with the ground and avoid insects. The hanging location should be in a dry, airy place away from sunlight and high temperatures. With this method, if stored in a cool place, the apples can stay fresh for 1 to 2 weeks, even longer if the weather is cold and dry. Method 6. Preserve with a vacuum zip bag. Choose apples that are not bruised, not scratched, and have not been washed with water. Wipe off any dirt, if any. Put the apples in a Ziploc bag, arrange them in a single layer. Avoid overlapping to avoid squeezing the fruit when vacuuming. If you have a lot of apples, divide them into mini bags. Then, place the apple sag in a basin of water. The water helps to squeeze out all the air. Squeeze out as much air as possible, then seal the bag completely. Put the airtight zip bags in the refrigerator. Arrange them so that the bag is not crushed or squeezed. Store the apple bag in the refrigerator at a temperature of 0 to 4 degrees. When eating, just take it out. The apples are still fresh and delicious, keeping their crispness and flavor. Apples are not only delicious, but can also be peeled and shaped in many beautiful ways. Below are simple to creative ways to peel apples, making this fruit more attractive in daily meals. Method 1. Peel the apple into a rabbit shape. Wash the apple and dry it. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Cut the apple into 4 pieces lengthwise. Place the apple slice face down on the cutting board, skin side up. Using a knife, cut an upside-down V shape into the skin, right in the center of the apple. Don't cut too deep, just enough to create the shape. Then split that triangular shell up, creating 2 rabbit ears. Use the tip of a knife to gently peel away the skin between the 2 V-shaped ears, creating an area of white apple flesh, like a rabbit's face. Soak the apple bunny slices in diluted salt water or lemon juice for about 2 to 3 minutes to prevent browning. Remove the apples to drain and then arrange on a plate. Method 2. Peel the apple into a leaf shape. Cut the apple in half. Take half an apple and cut it into 4 equal pieces. Take 1 cut apple skin side up. Using a knife, cut 2 short diagonal lines symmetrically from both sides of the peel, creating 2 small pointed ends on both sides. Then, from the center of the peel, cut a longer pointed line deep into the apple flesh, creating a large pointed end in the middle. After cutting, the apple skin will look like a leaf. Continue cutting each piece of apple until the whole apple is cut. Continue cutting each piece of apple until the whole apple is cut. Remove the apples to drain and then arrange on a plate. Remove and arrange the shaped apple slices on a plate, with the pointed skin facing out, creating the effect of evenly spread flower petals. Here are some tips for choosing apples and simple ways to cut apples. Don't forget to share them with your relatives and friends. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your support. Goodbye and see you in the next video.